So I'm coming to you now barefaced. I just have some moisturizer on, and I'm just going to jump right into it, and we'll do a bit of a chit chat as we go along, and I'll be giving just some information about what I'm using. I'm by no means a beauty guru or anything like that. This is just what I use on a day-to-day basis. Okay, let's jump in. So the first thing I start off with usually is a primer. It's not really necessary because I'm not going out tonight. I'm just doing my makeup for a video, and then I'm going to film another video after that, so it's not going to be on for very long. But I'm just so used to using a primer now that I know how my foundation works with it, so I just use one anyway. And this is the Bobbi Brown. By the way, just so you know, I do have a mixture of just high street and some more high-end makeup. I just use what I like best. I'm not particularly wedded to any brand or anything. I've just tried these as I've gone and kind of found the ones I like. So this is the Bobbi Brown all-in-one primer and moisturizer. It's kind of like a skincare and makeup in one. It's really quite lovely. It is quite expensive, so I'm sure there's alternatives and dupes out there, but I've had this for ages. I've had this for such a long time, and it's still going. It lasts stages, and to be honest with you, I don't do my makeup all that often, so my products just last me a very long time. So this is what it looks like. As you see, I am running out, but this will still last me a few months, what's left in here. So let me put some on. It smells divine, by the way. It smells absolutely divine. I'm not going to be using a lot today because, as I say, I'm not going out anywhere, so I don't need my makeup to last and last and last. But I'm just used to how my makeup goes on over my foundation with this. Okay, that's just a thin layer of that. But it's in this lovely glass packaging. I do like glass products, they just feel more luxurious, but you do have to be careful that you don't drop them, so there's pros and cons to both. Okay, the next thing I'm going to use is this Urban Decay, and it is the Hydro Manic Glow Hydrator Medium Coverage. So this isn't a heavyweight foundation again because I'm not going out. I don't need it to last. I just want a slight bit of coverage for when I'm filming. This is what I'm going to go with today, and this is in the shade 30 Light. 30 light, 30 light. Does anybody else love lid sounds? I love lid sounds. Okay, let's pop a bit of this on. I'm not going to be using it. I'm not going to be using a lot, and I'm just going to be using this. It's called the No Filter from Beauty Bay. This brush, I've had it for years and years, and it's got a funny styled thing, like a brush pattern, but I just would use whatever brush was realistically to hand that would put on my foundation. I'm really not too precious about it, and then I just literally put a few dots on my face and then just blend them in. So I'll go ahead and do that now. I honestly really don't use a lot because I'm going to use concealer and other products as well, so I don't want it too heavy. So I've got a little mark here, so I'm just going to make sure that's covered. That's it. So I've just dotted all around my face really, as you can see, and I'm just going was using my normal hand. I would normally use my right hand, but it's jingling my bracelet. You have to let me know in the comments if you like that or not, if you mind it. If you mind the bracelet jangling. I'm going to swap to my quiet hand just in case it's not nice. So I'm literally just stippling this into my face, blending it through. Like I say, it's not full coverage or anything like that, so it's really not a heavy foundation to wear. It's more of like a BB cream or something more along those lines, I would say. I would wear like a thicker foundation if I wanted like a full glam look or something, you know. But this is just like really light for everyday wear. I just really blend that in all over, and it just gives a nice soft base to start from. And then I'll take it down my neck a little bit. But like I say, because it's so light, you know, it's not like my face and neck are going to be two different colours really, so. Okay, that's that. I just realised I was using my bracelet hand then. It's just natural to use that hand, so I'm sorry if that's annoying. Oh, I'm doing it again. Right, that's just blended in now. So I've just got like an even base to start putting like some more colour back into my face. So the next thing I'm going to be using is actually a new product. I'm going to do like a little haul of some new items I got from Boots. I was given a gift voucher for Christmas, and I've had my eye on some new makeup and some like skincare things, and I needed a new hair oil, so I did a bit of a haul on Boots. It's not massive, but you know, there's a few different things to go through, so I will do a separate video going through what I got. But one of the items is this from Elf, which I have never tried before. It is the Health Halo Glow Contour, because I've recently kind of clocked onto the fact that contour should be like a cooler colour than bronzer, and for years I've just been using like bronzer, like a warmer colour to contour my face. It's like a contour slash bronzer 2-in-1, and you know, I've recently clocked onto the fact that your contour should be a cooler colour and your bronzer should be like a warmer colour, and I didn't have anything this colour. It's really kind of like a cool colour. In my collection at all my bronzers are warm, as you would expect. So I got this, and it was the only shade that they actually did in the contour. It wasn't like you had lots to choose from. It is just simply the Halo Glow in colour contour. So I'm going to give this a go, and we'll see how it turns out. So it might be a disaster. I might have to take it off and re-go, but we can do first impressions together. Okay, I have actually squeezed this out earlier just to kind of see what the colour is, so that's why it has colour on the end. It isn't like a defective product or anything. It was clean when I bought it, and I just checked the colour. Right, I'm going to do a little dot to start off with, and we'll see how we go. It's one of those where it has like the sponges on the end, which I don't love because it kind of, I feel like, wastes product, and also is difficult to keep clean. But it was inexpensive from Elf, and I thought I'd give it a go, so we'll see how it turns out. Okay, we'll start like that, and we'll just do both sides the same. I'm just going to do like that, not too heavy, but I also do want some payoff, and I'm going to take just that same brush that I used to do my foundation and blend them in together a little bit. Just blend them in. So far it's okay. So far it's okay. those cheekbones a little bit. I'm just going to put a tiny dot on the end of my nose and just blend that in. Blend, 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 blend. I'm using my bracelet hand again. Blend, 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 blend. Blend, 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 blend. Blend, blend, blend. Okay, yeah, that's fine so far. So that was a liquid contour from e.l.f. That is actually the first e.l.f. product I have ever used, but I see people rate them and I just thought I'd give them a go, you know. Why not? Why not? It was very inexpensive and I had a gift voucher, so that was a fun time to try something new. Right, the next thing I'm going to do is add some eyeshadow. I'm not going to go mad with eyeshadow, just like a nice soft colour. And I'm going to be using this small Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. It's got 5 shades in it, and to be honest, I'm only keen on 4 of them. The one in the middle is a bit kind of cool for my liking, but the size of the palette is super handy and I like the other 4, so I mean it's absolutely fine, it's no problem. It's just for my personal preference, this middle shade isn't my cup of tea, so these two I really like and these two I really like. It's just this middle shade is kind of a bit cool for me, but you know, it's fine. I mean, I'll use up the rest and I'll try and use that one a bit as well. So I'm trying to use what I've got instead of, you know, getting more and more and more. I've recently had a really big makeup declutter of stuff that I've been hanging on to, and I just never use, you know, I had makeup palettes that just had colours in that I just knew I was never going to use, but I was hanging on to it in case it was an occasion. But you can only hold on to things for so long, and then, you know, I needed to clear it all out because it was just never going to get used. In years and years it would have taken me to use it. You know, a palette like this is going to take me ages to use, let alone like a big one with like 20 shades in and they were all like wacky colours that I'm just never going to get round to. So let's just do a simple eyeshadow look with the Natasha Denona palette, and it is called the Mini Retro palette, so we'll give it a go. So I always just work with a fluffy brush when I'm doing my eyes. Again, I don't do anything fancy. I just blend, 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 and whatever we get is what we get kind of thing. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is this colour, and I'm going to be using that as my eyeshadow base. So I'm going to put that all over my eyelids. It's just like the base, and just using my fluffy brush, just blend that all over. Just blend it all over. Just dipping in again. This eyeshadow is pigmented. You don't need too much. I really need to take off my bracelet because I'm doing everything left-handed. In case my bracelet is too loud on the microphone. Silly me. I'll remember for next time. This might look a bit wacky at first, but it does all come together. So that's that. I've just got that kind of like pinky base on my eyes, and then all I'm going to do is go in with a shimmer shade, and I'm going to go into the one that is next to that colour I've just used, and I'm just going to pop that in my inner corners, and I think I literally might just leave that as is for today. So I've just got some shimmer, and I'm just going to go into my inner corners and then just kind of drag it out to the middle of my eye, and not go over into this edge section because I want that to be a bit darker. In fact, I might try and use the cool shade in the edges of my eye a little bit, just to try and darken that out a bit. So there we go. So I've just put a simple sparkly colour on the inside corners of my eye. Okay, I'm going to try the cooler shade just colour shade and just take a little bit on my brush and just do the outside corners. I'm just going to focus on the outside corners and blend, 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 blend. And then as it's blended in, just pull it up and in so it's all seamless. And I'll just do the same on the other side. See, I think it could do with a slightly different, like darker shade. This just one isn't my favourite, but it's what I've got in this palette, so I'm going to use it. So I've taken it into the outside corners. I'm just going to blend that in. Blend, 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 blend. Blend it in. And then pull it slightly up into the middle to make it seamless. That's it, that'll do. That is my very simple eyeshadow look. Just to give some dimension to my eyes. Just to give some dimension to my eyes. Okay, that's that. Done. Quick and easy. Quick, quick, quick and easy. Okay, next I'm going to do some bronzer and some blush. Now I have two liquid products that I use for my bronzer and my brush mainly. So the first is, well actually the two liquid products are both from Chantecaille. Again, this item was quite expensive, but it has lasted me an unbelievably long time and it is still so full. I don't even know how long this is going to last me, because I use such a small amount. I mean, dots, you'll see in a moment, and you know, it just lasts and lasts and lasts. So, you know, for me it has been worth it, because I don't remember when I bought this, and whenever I do my makeup I use it and it's still so full. So for this I use a slightly different shaped brush. I use more of an angular shaped brush because it kind of goes into my my cheekbones quite nicely, and I do my nose with it and it just fits like those angles quite well. So I'll add my bronzer on now and I'll show you just how little I end up using. So I do a few dots like that, and I do the same on the other side, and I do a dot on my nose, and I do just use the excess. I don't really squeeze any more out, but I just put the excess under my chin to kind of contour my chin a little bit. So that is it, and then I just blend these out. I go back and forth between the two sides so they don't dry out, and then I do my nose in the middle and then back and forth, just so none of them gets dried. So you can see here, this is more than enough, and then I used some tiny little dots, and then I do my chin because it kind of takes the excess off my brush. I pull it down my neck, and it takes the excess off, and then I go back in with a cleaner brush and then just continue to blend that out. And then I go back to my nose in the middle. I just kind of do the end of my nose and then slightly do the sides, nothing major, and then back over to this one. And I just kind of blend it in till it's seamless. And that is it for my bronzer. Just adds a bit of colour back into my face. And then I do the exact same thing with my blush from Chantecaille. Again, it looks the same. And this one is called the Cheek Gilet Hydrating Gel Cream Blush. It's in the same packaging, and again it lasts me just as long. I bought it at the same time as my bronzer, and it's still going and going and going, and it's got loads left. So it is good value. And again, I just take some and dot it on my face. Dot. I can be a little bit more liberal with the blush than the bronzer, and then I use the same brush that I used before because it all just blends seamlessly, and I put like a tiny dot my nose, and then I take it up higher than I did with my bronzer, so more onto the apples of my cheeks. And then just kind of blur it in with my bronzer a little bit, but I do want them to be separate. I do want them to be separate. And I do just carry that over to my nose as well, just the tip of my nose. And then I concentrate it on the apples, but I do just pull it down slightly. Most of the colour I want here, but I do just pull it down ever so slightly. And then just blur down into the bronzer. And that's that for the blush, the bronzer, under my eyes, under my base. Now I'm going to use a little bit of concealer. So first of all, I have, as I say, a mark on my face at the moment, so I'm just going to be dotting a dot on there, a little bit under my eyes because it sharpens out my eyeshadow. And I think that might be it for my face products. Then we'll move on to kind of like my mascara and my lips. So I'll show you what this is. Sorry, again, this isn't a product that I have had for such a long time, and I use it every time I do my makeup. I don't know how this stuff lasts me so long, but it is the classic Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I am in the colour 16N, which is a fair light neutral, and I think that suits me pretty well. Pretty well. Again, I don't use much of this. I normally just take a dot where I've got any marks, usually on my chin, some under my eyes, and I go with that. I like to kind of pull it up into my eyes because I feel like it gives your eyes a lift and it really makes your eyeshadow kind of clean and sharp. So I'm going to take more of like a rounded brush this time, just to concentrate where I'm putting that concealer, because if I had like a more spread out brush, it kind of spreads it around, but I've strategically put the concealer where I want it, so because I want to conceal exactly where I put it, so I use a bit more of a concentrated brush, and I literally just tap it in exactly where it is. I just tap it in where it is and then kind of go back and forth just to blend the edges, and I do the exact same thing with my under eyes. I tap it in place and I go back and forth between my eyes so as to not let the concealer dry out. And as I say, I like to bring it kind of like up under here because I feel like it just sharpens out that little bit of eyeshadow that I've put on. And then to get rid of any excess on my brush, I just pop it on my forehead in the middle and down my nose a tiny bit, but this is just all kind of like excess on my brush now. Okay, that is my base face makeup done. I'm now going to move on to my lips. So today, what have I got for my lips? I'm not sure. Oh yes, I forgot. Right, so today I have got 2 new products, which again were from my Boots haul. Now I've got a new lip liner to try, and this is in the brand Rimmel London, and it is the Lasting Finish lip liner, and it's in the shade 760 Nude. So we'll see how this looks. Again, this is new, so I haven't tried this before, so we'll see if I like it or not. And I just don't overline too much, just slightly, and I just pop it on, and then I kind of blur in my lipstick, so I'm not too precious about it. I just kind of go where it feels right. I'm using my camera as my mirror, so it's not the most, it's not the best, but this is just the setup I've got, so I'm rolling with it. far it's going on nicely. It's not kind of pulling or anything. Okay, yeah, so far I think that really suits me actually. Yeah, it's lovely, lovely, lovely. So this next product I actually got free in my Boots order because I spent over £16 I think or something on Elf. So they did a deal where if you spend over £16 you would get this lipstick for free. And this is the Dirty Talk by Elf, which I believe might be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. I'm not 100% sure, I've never actually tried that lipstick myself, so if anybody knows let me know, but I've got the impression that it's a dupe for that. It's lovely packaging, it's kind of like a soft touch packaging, which is really nice. And this is the colour, it's just like a lovely nudie colour. Yeah, so we'll give this a go. I think that looks nice. Might be a little bit dark for me. Tell me what you think. Might be a little bit on the brown side for me. I'm not sure, but we'll wear it today and we'll see what we think. So lastly, I'm just going to put on a little bit of mascara. Again, this product I've had for so long, and it's the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. Now I think this was when all the drama was going on with Michaela, who, you know, the beauty influencer who did a video with this mascara, I think. So I think I bought into that and kind of wanted to try it to see for myself. So I've had this mascara since then, and I use it basically every time I use my makeup, and it's still going. Granted, I don't do my makeup very often, but still it's still going, and I think it's quite a nice mascara. I'm not blown away, I'm not underwhelmed, it's just kind of, you know, fine. So I'll pop this on, and then I think that is it with this. Get ready with me. Okay, let's put some of this on. Again, I'm not using a mirror, so I'm doing this from my camera, from the front of my camera, so I'm sorry if it's not the best, but you know, I think it'd be too distracting if I had a mirror off to the side that I was constantly looking at instead of looking at you. So I like the sound of a mascara, but I don't like to pump in and out too often because it gets air in and it dries out your mascara. That's just a little tip. I try not to, you know, pump in and out to try and keep my mascara fresh. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this on now. As you can see, I think it's pretty average. It's nothing, you know, incredible. But I'm also doing this not in a mirror, so take that into account. Okay, that's it. That is my everyday kind of simple get ready with me. Not too glam, but I like to be able to tell that, you know, I've put some makeup on and made a bit of an effort. So it's kind of like in the middle, you know. So yes, that was my get ready with me. Let me know what you think. If you have any comments down below, if you've used any of the products I've tried, let me know what you think of them. As I said, there was a mixture of kind of high-end and more drugstore, but the high-end stuff I use, it lasts me ages, and I use them until they're empty. So, you know, I don't mind kind of splurging a little bit every now and then. But yeah, I mean, some of the drugstore stuff I've used is just as good. So yes, thank you so much for joining me in tonight's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if which is amazing. Thank you so much to everybody who's here, and I wish you all a good